had a few questions for the Humane Society as well. If I could have a representative come up to the mic one more time. Just a couple of quick questions to get on the record. Thank you. From my perspective, I think that these two issues from some of our interested citizens in the Rescue Coalition area are achievable, given your current record of strong service to animal welfare. If you're already achieving a 93% or 94% annual rate, would you have any objection to modifying the city's contract from 80 to 85%?
I think we would at this point, only because the contract at this time, the work that we're doing is so time sensitive now to prepare for seamless service in July. Any delays is going to impact that. We've got about 200 people, 200 positions posted on our website that largely are to perform service for the city of San Diego. Delaying it any longer would be very difficult for us. So that 80%, we don't ever intend to drop below where we are now. And that's 93, 94%. But changing that in the contract at this point, we'd have to go back and evaluate what costs might be associated. I'm worried there would be a delay in us actually being able to hire the people to perform services starting July 1st.
So it's my hope, and this is based on your own record of, as you said,
Right.
over the last 7 years, never coming anywhere close to that metric. That would give some solace to those in this rescue organization consortium, that standard will still be there. We do the same thing that we're working on a lot of our homelessness programs. We're trying to set high goals
Right,
for ourselves.
right.
I don't want to lower the bar. So I
that.
invite you to continue to explore that issue as we move forward as we have time to move forward to council, because I think that would be of satisfaction to many of the interested parties here today. And as well, and I don't see, I'm not really convinced that there's going to be additional cost to you, given again your own track record. And as well, the opportunity to have a requirement to reach out to a minimum of 2 rescue organizations. You already have great relationships with many of them.
And we want better and more relationships with them now, and we'll need them.
And so again, I think that that's a standard that you're probably already performing pretty well to date, or at least if it's something that can be memorialized in this contract, would give, I think, would put to rest some of the fears or concerns that a diminution of services to animal welfare might occur.
Yeah, we will not let those services be diminished in any way. In terms of our live release rate, in terms of our quality of care, that won't happen.
And I appreciate you saying that on the record, and I think it just makes it more stronger from your commitment if it's something that we can memorialize in the contract. So I invite you to work with our staff and explore that further as this approaches council. And then the last issue,
happy to, by the way.
Thank you. The last issue, of course, is an equally important one to me as well, and that is what we're going to do with many of the employees that are also, being offended by the actions of our county supervisors. And obviously, you're going to need to staff up, and there's going to have to be an opportunity to assume much of this work. And you got literally right next door
right.
A well-trained and well-skilled and a high-quality workforce. And this is the challenge that the county has put us in. We got 2 very deep and competing interests here: the welfare of people and their families and careers that they have enjoyed for some probably 20 or more years, and that they may have a substantial hit to that welfare as they've known it, versus the welfare of animal services that I think many of us want to see equally or better performed as well too. And I've seen from the handouts that was passed out here today that for some of the job classifications, your equivalents are, and again, this is, I think, county data, not your data, so I'm just going to trust that it is what it is actually either in line with or not too far away from many of the ranges that you already have for your current workforce. So I'm deeply sensitive and concerned for the welfare of employees that are basically in limbo right now. They don't know what's going to come for the future for their families. So this is an important aspect to be able to resolve. So I hope as you continue conversations with our city staff and maybe find any improvements that are possible to deliver for our full city council, that you also include representatives for those employees as well in your conversations to see what's possible. I understand that's going to have a financial impact, but let's just not let go of each other and see what's possible for a final outcome.
Right. Can I respond to that,
Yes,
council
please.
member? Well, I would say we did an analysis about a year ago about what our benefits and salaries look like in comparison to the Department of Animal Services. That was really critical in deciding whether or not we could do this. And we found them to be very comparable. Our starting ranges may be lower than what the county is at, as everybody in the city of San Diego knows. However, our ranges can be higher and our benefits can be higher. So I would respond to an earlier comment that our benefits are not comparable. There is one that we all know that we cannot achieve, and those are the pensions that are currently given to them, and certainly understand that. But in every other way, quality of life, quality of the workplace, the benefits that we do offer, and as a matter of fact, that culture that I talked about is the most important thing, again, at the Humane Society, that culture of caring and compassion. And to see our brethren next door going through the challenges that they've gone through this year has really been devastating. And I would just like to respond to Councilmember Gomez as well by saying that we are absolutely committed to having high quality, talented individuals come and work with us at the Humane Society to really do the best job for animals that's done anywhere in this country. And so much the better if they've already got the experience that they've gained at the Department of Animal Services. We would welcome that.
Thank you, and I appreciate it, and I absolutely deeply believe that too, and I think that you're hearing us very well. I think you're hearing all the interested stakeholders here very well, and let's see what's possible in the next month or so to be able to massage or develop something just a little bit better that satisfies, that makes for a better deal for everybody, and that's what we're trying to get to here. This is a difficult situation we've been put in, but I do believe that maybe a little bit more is possible. I'll reserve judgment, yes or no, at full city council, but I hope that there's a good faith effort in the time ahead to be able to find improvements, because sometimes breakthroughs do happen, and that would be great for everybody. I would just want to have one more request to the motion too. Given that the county is going through managed competition, I'd also appreciate an analysis of that. What otherwise would have analysis of what a managed competition for the existing employees at that facility would otherwise have an outcome that would have otherwise occurred for that, to the best that you can predict, so that we have a little bit more information to decide whether or not that is a comparable situation to the wages and opportunities there under the Humane Society. It's just helpful information, and I'm happy to work with you directly on that too if we can need further clarification.
With any requirements of that, sir?
Hi, my name is David Chidlaw. I'm an attorney for the Humane Society, and I've been asked to put forth our position. If there is a neutrality provision, card check added to the contract, we don't have a deal.
There you go. So my hope is that we move this forward without a recommendation, if that's the hope of this council, if they want to have additional research options for the IBA or others, but I will not be supportive of any other requirements on this contract other than what we have outlined. So I won't be seconding the motion, and I would like to hear from my other colleagues as well too, but I think my position is pretty well known.